What's up, you guys? This is Los and Heath without Anthony today because Anthony ditched us. Can you believe that? Where did he go today?
He's up there watching them river cats.
River Cats.
Yeah, yeah.
River Cats.
Oh,
I'm
come on.
I'm playing. I'm playing. I
Let's
like
go
the River
Giants. Let's
Cats.
go.
But Anthony's probably baking in the sun, having a beer, watching the
Yeah.
River Cats, rather than being here with us.
Yep.
Ditched us.
Yep.
Anyways, we saw this is the guitarist, uh, the minus guitarist podcast.
There you go.
This is a singers podcast.
That's right.
We all know the singer is the most important part of the band. I mean, come
Sure.
on.
We can't say it when he's here, so
coming coming from two singers. So we're going to talk today about a little bit of news that we just got wind of. And that is the news that Sammy Hagar basically came out in a recent podcast and said that David Lee Roth's voice didn't age well. And to us as singers, it's like, wow, we cannot believe he said that. But then again, we kind of, because those guys have been at each other's throats for decades now.
oh yeah.
Um, I don't know, Heath. When I saw that, I was just like, wow. I know that like they don't like each other, but that's kind of a low blow. Would you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. I think he took it to a whole nother level. Yeah, it's as a singer, you have to have somewhat of an ego. And so when somebody's stepping on that ego, I'm sure that Roth was probably not very happy to hear that,
Yeah.
just it was kind of an interesting article because from my take, it felt like the whole article he just was ripping Roth and basically saying how
Yeah.
egotistical he is and this and that. And I'm thinking, bro, like pretty much everything you're saying right now is pointing to how egotistical you really
I
are.
know,
Which
right? I
again,
know. It was
he's a
just
singer, so
he's a singer, and I mean, you kind of have like some confidence when you sing. And like you said, I mean, in the article, he was just basically saying that Roth's voice didn't age well, and that he tried to be friends with him, and that yeah, he's really like a jerk in real life, I guess. I don't know. But when he tried to be friends with him, like he was like nowhere to be found at the shows. I guess they did a reunion tour, and both of the
mhm,
singers were on the bill, and he
yep,
was trying to be friends with them, but Roth wasn't having none of it.
yeah,
And yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, it's David Lee Roth. He's going to be like a little prima donna, but maybe he's earned it. I don't know, but I thought it was just kind of interesting how he just raked them through the coals in that whole interview. And
yeah,
as singers, I've been in a couple of bands. Um, you've been in your share of bands, and I've been replaced by other singers, but I've never gone to that point where I'm just totally blasting them, because the singers that I was replaced with in Zero Belly, they're good guys. They were good. One was Eric Eric Jones. Eric Jones. He was
oh,
the
okay,
old counter step singer, and
oh,
yeah. I mean, Eric is a good guy. I like his voice. I like the way he sings. And the other one, well, then Eric, I believe, got replaced by, I think it was Daniel. I'm not quite sure, but it was Daniel. And Daniel's
hmm,
a good singer too. Um, but I mean, maybe that's just me being a small time singer here, but there's not millions of dollars at stake when it comes to
sure,
the bands I was involved in. But I don't know. It's just kind of, it's not a really good look to trash another singer like that. I mean, would you
no,
agree to that, or have you
yeah,
run into
absolutely,
have you run
and
into
I
similar experiences?
Yeah, I mean, and their Bryce Mosier, which most people that watches probably know him from EMB.
Yeah.
He came in after I left Malcontent, and he was in Malcontent for years, and I would have never, yeah, I would have never even thought about
Yeah.
uh, trash him or anything like that. And I think it's mutual. I think the funny thing is, like, when you look at David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar, I always said that I felt like it was two eras. It was
Yeah.
two different eras of Van Halen, and I mean, they kind of they almost had their own two separate feels almost. I mean, there was
Absolutely.
similarities. Obviously, it's Van Halen. That Van Halen was still in the band, so I mean, it was Van Halen for sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt like it was two separate eras, and I felt like they both had their strong suits. I mean, obviously, Hagar. I mean, let's face it. Like, basically every album that Hagar did with them topped the charts, and so I
Yeah.
I don't like that look of trashing the other singer like
Yeah,
that. I think
yeah,
it.
neither do I. And another thing that kind of rattled me a little bit was when he was saying, "Well, Hagar isn't the guy. I mean, David Lee Roth is totally different when he's on stage. When
Yeah,
he's a party guy and he wants to have fun and he's he looks like he's having a more fun. But when he gets off the stage, he's an asshole basically." And that just got me thinking, well, as a singer, how many times have you gone up and, have output the energy that you're going to output? And then when you go home, you're not the same person. You don't talk the same, you don't speak to people in the same way that you would on stage, right? Because on stage is the time that you have to entertain someone, right? Somebody who's coming to
yeah,
see you. And when you get home, it's not, you don't have to be an entertainer when you get home, or even hanging out with someone.
yeah. Well, and I think it's also. I mean, it very well could be that. We don't know. David Lee Roth may have been very introverted, and so for him, he had to put on that persona to be able to get up and perform, the way he did, and be able to be that front man. So it very well. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know that that's the case, but I mean, it very well could be that he's just a more introverted guy. So for him,
Yeah.
it's the type of thing where he has to put that persona on. I mean, I got to be honest. I think I've got some introverting in me. I definitely tend to, sometimes I'm not the most outgoing. Like, if I'm just kind of out and about, and like maybe I don't, approach people and start up conversations
Yeah.
quite like maybe I should. Being the front man in the band, right? I should be the guy out there. But so I can see where that would be where he would do that. He would have to
Right.
kind of have that persona just to be able to get up and do that.
Yeah. And it's hard to it's hard going up on stage. You want to try to look good. You want to entertain people. You want to engage with them and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that it does take a lot of energy to be up on stage and entertain. And so, yeah, no, I thought it was kind of you know, kind of not a good look for Sammy Hagar. I mean, I am a David Lee Roth diehard, but I do love Sammy Hagar too. Sammy Hagar's got some good songs, and
Yeah.
it looks like, I mean, they plot very different courses in life. Um, Sammy, of course, went into the whole Cabo Wabo tequila.
Yeah.
He's a major investor,
Yeah.
real estate and all that stuff. But I don't really know what David Lee Roth does. But yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't get along. And now with it's getting more attention now, obviously because Eddie Van Halen died.
Yeah.
And another thing that a lot of people don't really realize was that both of them really benefited from the bass player. His vocals in that band
Yep.
kind of gave him the Van Halen sound. So,
Yep.
and yeah,
Yeah. If you got somebody really good harmonizing with you, it makes you sound better. If
Yeah,
somebody can harmonize with you, even if you're not sounding the greatest, when that second harmony comes in, and it just
absolutely.
it sounds good. Yeah,
Well, we want to hear your guys' take.
yeah.
What do you guys think of this whole situation? Are you a Sammy Hagar fan, or are you a David Lee Roth fan? Was it a good look for Sammy Hagar to just blast David Lee Roth? We want to hear your thoughts. Put them down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. And I think that's going to do it for today. I want to.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we hope to see everybody out on the 4th, this Sunday for the 4th of July. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be
Yes,
fun.
4th of July show. All of the show details. We actually created an event on
Yep.
Facebook that you guys can take a look at and RSVP. Let us know if you're going to come. It's going to be a good
Yeah,
time. We got Malcontent, One Sharp Mind, and Jim Rowdy are going to be playing. So
yep.
yeah, I mean, if it's going to be a good time, 4th of July. What better way to celebrate when you're with your what better way to celebrate than with your friendly neighborhood Malcontent?
That's right.
Yeah, buddy. All
In a
right
year
then.
and a half, since we hit the stage, so we're ready.
Well, all right then. Peace.
Peace out.